Hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I'm going to show you how to add custom code to your Elementor website. Now, custom codes are usually used for some sort of tracking, whether it be like Google Analytics or if you're running pay-per-click ads, maybe some sort of conversion code. So when we get tracking codes, we're usually instructed to put them in a particular spot, like the header or the footer. Sometimes we want them on all pages. Sometimes we might only want them on certain pages. So Elementor gives us a very easy interface for us to make this happen, which is awesome. If you've used to dealing with WordPress websites in general over the years, a lot of times we'd have to find a plugin for header and footer scripts and add more resources. But if you're using Elementor, we have it built right into the platform, which is another reason why we love using it. So in order to do this, we're going to go, I'm logged into my navigation here. On the left-hand side, we're going to go under Elementor, and we're going to go to Custom Code. So what this allows us to do is set up custom codes for the different areas or different pages that we want to use this custom code on. So in this case, I don't have any codes already set up. So I'm just going to click on New Code, and I'm going to give it a title. So let's just say in this case, I want to do a general like header script. So this could manage multiple codes. So if you had, let's say, one tracking software telling you to put this code in the header, and then you also have maybe a chat widget that's telling you to put this code in the header, we can use the same box for that. So I'm actually just going to call this one header scripts. And you can see here we can change the location on where we want that script to show up. So we have the head, or I can have it like right at the start of the body, the first thing in the first place where we display code in the actual body, the open body tag there. Or we can have it show up right at the very end. So that would be more like a footer script. So in this case, we're going to do header script. And it allows us to give a priority here. So that would be like if we're going to have multiple scripts, we want one to load over the other. You can do that. So we're just going to leave this priority one is just fine. All right. So if I have the script already available, then I would just paste it in here. In this case, I don't have one already, but let's just say it's, scripts, and then it gives us, our user ID, blah, blah, blah. So it's just some sort of code that would usually be copied and pasted from a third-party platform. This could be like a Facebook pixel code. Again, it could be Google Analytics, anything like that. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this out though, because I don't want to actually publish anything on my particular site since I don't have one there, but I just want to create the box for it. So I'm going to go ahead and click publish. Now when I do that, it's having me choose the settings on where I want this to show up, otherwise called the conditions. So right now it's saying I want to include that header tag or that header script on the entire website. So if you're doing, tracking, general like website traffic tracking, then this would be the most common that you're going to use because you want it in the header of all pages so that it tracks all pages start to finish. But we can also change it to singular or archives. Archives would be your different types of WordPress specific things like listing archive, which would be your blogs, things like that. You're not going to use that a ton, I don't believe, but then we also have singular. So we could just choose a particular page, the front page, specific listings, the media, things like that. So you can choose singular as well, but most of the time we're going to do the entire site. Now you might actually add a second condition to exclude a particular page. So if we are trying to get rid of or not have tracking specifically on, let's say maybe our media directories, things like that, we're able to choose those specifically as well. So in this case, like I said, most cases that we're going to use, it's going to be a header script or a footer script. So we'll just include it on the entire site. So we'll just go ahead and click save and close. All right, so now that we did that, if I had code in here, it would now be active on my live template, on all pages, and it's that easy. That's really all we need to do. If you want to do a footer script as well, you just click on new code, type in footer script, choose down here, let's say maybe the end of the body tag. Now this one, sometimes if it's in the heading, then there's nothing to do with jQuery or things like that. If you're not familiar with jQuery, then it's probably not something you need to worry about. You don't usually want to always load jQuery, because if you do, it adds some additional resources. If we're not using jQuery, there's no point to load it. So this is part of a third-party script that helps with certain JavaScripts and things like that. So it does give you the option to always load jQuery. And then again, you can prioritize where you want it to load in the tracking in case you have multiple tracking codes in the same, in the same space. All right, so same thing here, hit publish, choose the conditions, you're good to go. That's all there is to it, it's that simple. So if you have any questions on this or anything else related to your WordPress website or Elementor, real estate websites, by all means, you can reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.